Atlanta, Georgia, 3,000 miles from Riverside, and all the top drivers are on hand for the 500. Dan Gurney, Fred Lorenzen, Arnelli Jones, Jim Hurtubise, Junior Johnson, Fireball Roberts. They follow the championship trail. Road course or speedway, it's match and rematch for points and prize money. It's qualification time, and Richard Petty is first in line. Fred Lorenzen, hearing the call, rushes out to see what Petty will do. Petty looks smooth. The weather is ideal, hot and sunny. Richard qualifies at nearly 144 miles an hour. That's 3 miles an hour faster than the track record. Now Lorenzen knows whom and what he has to beat to get the pole position. He's a fierce competitor and a heads-up driver all the way. Fred Lorenzen knows this track like Gurney knows Riverside. There have been 2 Atlanta 500s, and Freddie has won both. The fastest way around, as Lorenzen does it, is to make a diamond out of the 4-cornered oval, drifting out to the wall on the straights and cutting down deep into the corner. Lorenzen qualifies at 146.470, more than 5 miles an hour faster than the track record. And then everyone comes out. In the first 2 days of qualifications, 27 cars break all previous qualification records. Expert technical assistance is helping them lick one problem after another. Nobody tops Lorenzen's qualifying speed. But in the first 2 days, the average speed for the top 20 qualifiers is better than 144 miles an hour. Each track presents its own special problem. At Atlanta, the drivers want more stick from tires without giving up wear. Plymouth, with its Hemi-head engine, is putting out a fantastic but undisclosed horsepower. Ford has a brand new 7,000 RPM engine. The mechanics deliver the horsepower, but the tires will have to hold it on the track. Race day is cold, damp, and windy. The overnight drop in temperature to a frigid 45 degrees destroys the peach crop, but does not deter the fans. This is the biggest sports event ever held in Georgia, and the crowd bills to 70,000. Beauty queens brave the cold, as they always do. But keeping warm is a problem for the fans and the drivers on the line. On the line, it's Lorenzen, Foyt, Goldsmith, Roberts, Wade, Panch, Pardue, Petty, Jones, and Dan Gurney, the fastest qualifiers of the 39 cars in the starting lineup. The drivers agree to run 4 caution laps to warm up the cars. When a track is cold like this, the rubber dust lays on the surface like sand, and the asphalt becomes one big grinding wheel. In hot weather, the rubber melts into the abrasive asphalt, making it smoother. The start of an automobile race, and the crowd thrills to the roar of 39 huge super-powered engines. Pattern takes shape. Goldsmith and Foyt charge right at the beginning. They pass Lorenzen high and low, going into turn 3. Lorenzen drops back from first position to get the feel of the track and the competition. Foyt slips in behind Goldsmith to complete the first full speed lap. Goldsmith, the number 25 Plymouth, is setting the pace of over 146 miles an hour as the field strings out. Only Foyt in 00 Ford stays with Goldsmith. More Chargers in the pack. Derringer in number 16 Mercury blasts his way from 17th to 5th. Atlanta is a tough track in every way. In the 36 seconds it takes to make the mile-and-a-half circuit, 24 seconds is spent on the banks. The two straightaways last only 6 seconds each. Drivers fight the corners in four-wheel drifts, trying to straighten out the big bends. Derringer's hot. He challenges Roberts for fourth. Uh-oh, a four-way tangle in number 1. That's Jones, Gurney, Johnson, and Pardue. Only Johnson keeps running. The rest are out of the race. Goldsmith in number 25 Plymouth, Foyt in 00 Ford, and Lorenzen in 28 Ford. 1, 2, 3. Derringer's charge is over. How long can the rest of the field go before pitting for fuel and a precautionary tire change? Crews figure a maximum of 80 miles. Foyt is the first of the leaders to pit. He heeds Derringer's warning. He knows the others will have to pit soon. Foyt figures on gaining back position when Goldsmith and Lorenzen pit. Over 70 miles. Goldsmith and Lorenzen know they're stretching it thin. Perhaps too thin. Foyt charges back into the race. In the first turn. He takes A.J. Foyt with him. Roberts and Lorenzen just squeeze by. Miraculously, Goldsmith and Foyt are not injured. Safety equipment, seat belts, shoulder harness, and roll bars kept Goldsmith from even getting a scratch. He led a record-breaking charge. Roberts is charging just half a lap behind. Spins, wiping out Roberts' charge, and Fireball is through. Pearson had signaled Roberts to pass him just as he got out of shape. 19 cars left out of 39. No hard feelings. It can happen to anybody. There's a new race on the track. Lorenzen and Isaac are running side by side, almost wheel to wheel. Isaac has the inside on the straights, but Lorenzen has the outside on the turns. Lorenzen has room. Isaac has the short way around. At 145 miles an hour plus, just an uncontrolled touch of the steering wheel would wipe out 2 cars and 2 drivers. Panch is running third. Uh-oh, Rex White spins a number 1 turn, taking Roy Main with him. Rex hops out and hot foots it to safety. Isaac and Lorenzen are straining for speed and control for the lead in the race. Hanchen third may be in a good spot. 400 miles. Lorenzen makes his last scheduled pit stop. Past the stands, putting a full lap between himself and Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets out fast. He's going to try to go the last 100 miles without another stop. Isaac charges into the pits as Lorenzen roars by. Isaac wants a fast pit stop. If he can get in and out in 30 seconds, he'll hold the lead. He makes it. More accidents. Wade slides into the pits. Only 10 cars left out of 39. On the track, it's Isaac first, Lorenzen second. But Bobby Isaac makes an extra unscheduled pit stop, and Lorenzen barrels into first all alone. He pours it on, putting a full lap between his car and Isaac's. Isaac is now in second. The last lap. Crews fight just to be running at the finish. The white flag, one more lap. And it'll be Fred Lorenzen for the third straight time in the Atlanta 500. Fearless Freddie has won 4 out of 7 races run here. He has 2 laps on Bobby Isaac, 4 laps on Ned Jarrett in third. Lorenzen sailed through the final turn and across the finish line as Herb Knabb, his chief mechanic, flings the pit board into the air. This is equipment. Evidence once again that if there is a better way to get from one place to another in an automobile, men like these and the companies whose products they use will find it. For Fred Lorenzen, it's cheers and congratulations, prize money and trophies. For the fans, it has been a great show.